This is the weirdest chocolate in the world. It's not made of squares like other chocolate tablets. Instead, it has these weird shapes. But why? It's like super not practical. This is Tony, and these are his Chocolonelys. Tony found out that the founders who get the cocoa to make our chocolate are barely paid anything. Most of the profits go to the chocolate companies. Of course, the companies are important because they turn the cocoa into chocolate. But when the farmers are paid almost nothing, that's a problem. So Tony decided to start his own chocolate company to show the world that there's a big problem.
Sometimes you have a big piece, like the big chocolate companies, and sometimes you only get a very small piece, just like the cocoa farmers get so little of the value of chocolate.
And that's not all. Tony found out that almost 1.5 million of the chocolate farmers out there are actually children being exploited. So he made sure that all of his chocolate tablets would only be made thanks to the work of grown-ups and to give them a fair pay for their work.
Kids are actually producing the chocolate that we love. Then you have the feeling something needs to change.
Tony named his chocolate Chocolonely because he felt he was alone in this fight to end child labor and farmer exploitation. Tony is the real Willy Wonka. His chocolate doesn't come with golden tickets or singing Oompa Loompas, but it's delicious and it's making the world a better place. Why are Toblerones shaped like triangles? No matter where you buy them, Toblerones are always shaped in a weird triangle shape that's not really practical to eat. Why? Toblerone chocolate was created by Theodore Tobler, and Theodore was a big fan of his home country, Switzerland. So when he created Toblerone, he wanted to pay homage to Switzerland and its beautiful mountains, especially the huge Matterhorn in the Alps. And that's how he came up with the triangle shape. Every piece of Toblerone is supposed to represent a mountain. Ever try breaking a Toblerone? It's like climbing the Alps. It looks easy, so you actually do it. Did you know that there's a pink chocolate? That's right, this is a real chocolate made with zero food coloring. But how? How can chocolate be pink? This is the ruby chocolate, and it is made out of ruby cocoa beans. Those are some very specific beans that you can only find in Ecuador, Brazil, or the Ivory Coast. Chocolate makers then put those beans through a shorter fermentation process than regular chocolate, which allows the chocolate to keep the pink color. This chocolate has less sugar than whiter milk chocolate. It's known to have a fruity taste, kinda like raspberries, and a creamy texture, kinda like milk chocolate. Pink chocolate. I want it, I need it, and I need it now. Did you know that there's a chocolate with no chocolate inside? That's right. This is a super famous chocolate that is not made of chocolate, and that everyone calls chocolate even though it's not chocolate. But how? How can you have chocolate without chocolate? This makes no sense. This is white chocolate, the only chocolate in the world that isn't made from cocoa powder. You see, to make chocolate, you need to take cocoa beans, roast them, and press them in a machine to extract the brown cocoa powder from the inside. Once you have that powder, you can make dark chocolate or even milk chocolate. But here comes the crazy part. Once you've taken the cocoa powder from the beans, there's a white fatty mixture that is left behind. That is cocoa butter. And when you put cocoa butter with sugar, milk, and vanilla, you get white chocolate. And according to chocolate geeks, since white chocolate is not made from cocoa powder, from the leftover cocoa butter, it doesn't really qualify as real chocolate. White chocolate, kinda like decaf coffee. For some people, it's genius. For others, it's madness. Did you know that there's a bubble chocolate? Yes, this chocolate bar is bigger, it's crunchier, and if you break it in two, you will see tons of bubbles inside. But how? And how does it taste? This is the air chocolate. It's basically regular chocolate that is melted and it has air put inside to make it look like this. The air creates bubbles that make the chocolate less thick but softer inside. As you bite, you'll get a bigger crunch than regular chocolate, and at the same time, the bubbles inside make everything soft and allow the chocolate to melt faster in your mouth. As a kid, it was one of my favorites. Air chocolate. It's got the crunch, it's got the softness, but don't forget, it also got the calories. Why is dark chocolate so bitter? If you ask any chocolate fan out there, they'll all tell you that chocolate is amazing when it's 60% cocoa, but super bitter when it's 90% cocoa. But why? Isn't it the same chocolate? Huh? Chocolate is made of cocoa beans, and the truth is that cocoa beans are actually bitter. It's only when you add milk or sugar to them that the bitterness goes away. That's basically how milk chocolate and white chocolate are made. But dark chocolate is pretty much pure chocolate, pure cocoa beans. It has more flavor and yes, more bitterness. But the good news is that dark chocolate is the healthiest chocolate. It has lots of health benefits. It's full of antioxidants that can boost your immune system, make your brain stronger, make your memory better, and even improve your skin. And dark chocolate also has the least amount of sugar, which means less calories in your body. Dark chocolate, just like my wife. Sometimes she's a bit rough on me. But deep down I know it's on my own well-being. This is the world's most expensive chocolate. Yes, one tiny bar of this chocolate costs $500, and people keep buying it. Why? What? Why? This is the Talc Master Series bar, a chocolate so rare they're only selling 500 of those in the world. The chocolate comes in a beautiful wooden box. Inside, there's a gold foil wrapper, a hand-painted card. Right under, there's a tiny pair of tongs that you can use to hold the chocolate so that it doesn't melt on your fingers when you try to eat it. Once you've gotten through the 100 layers of wrapping, you'll finally reach the chocolate. And it's a tiny bar with a hole in the middle, which has a single cocoa bean inside of it. This bar comes all the way from Ecuador, but that's not the reason why it's so expensive. It's actually because it's made out of the rarest cocoa beans in the world. It comes from a special tree you can only find in the Piedra de Plata Valley in Ecuador, and it is the purest chocolate in the world. But still, if you ask the people who tried it, they're all gonna say it's a bit overrated.
Tastes expensive, but I wouldn't say it tastes really good.
$200?
It's around $16 a piece.
Well, I'm going to tell you, not worth it.
Look, what I've learned from all this is that the right way to eat chocolate is not with your hands, it's with tongues. It's fancy, it's clean, you'll feel rich. But your bank account, not so much. Did you know that M&Ms use bugs to make the red M&Ms? That's right, and it's not just them. Gummy bears, lollipops, and tons of other candies also use the same bug. What? But why? If you look at the ingredients on a packet of M&Ms, you'll see something called E120. It's food coloring that candy companies use to put some beautiful red on their candy. And the thing is that E120 comes from this insect, the cochineal bug. It's completely red from the inside, so companies extract that red, transform it, and use it to get you that red color in all of your favorite candies. You can check out any food packet. If you see the words cochineal extract, natural red 4, carmine, or E120, that means a bug was used to make the food coloring. Experts claim that E120 is safer than the usual artificial dye most companies use. But between you and me, I don't care. I'm not getting anywhere close to anything that's got this stuff in it. So yeah, every time you see food with a beautiful red color on it, check the label and think twice, because insects are nice, but not in your stomach. Why is Belgian chocolate so popular? If you ask any chocolate connoisseur out there, they'll all tell you that Twix are nice, but nothing beats some good old Belgian chocolate. But why? Reason number 1, Belgian chocolate is super creamy. Most Belgian chocolates are made with cocoa butter instead of vegetable oil, which makes them super duper creamy. Reason number 2, Belgian chocolates don't melt easily. It's all thanks again to cocoa butter. It has a higher melting temperature than vegetable oils, so it won't stick on your fingers. Reason number 3, Belgian chocolates use premium sugar. Most Belgian chocolates are made with cane sugar instead of processed white sugar, which gives them that unique taste. Belgium, the one country that managed to make French people, Dutch people, and German people get along. How? Delicious chocolate. Why is Swiss chocolate so popular? If you ask any chocolate lover out there, they'll all tell you that Kit Kats are nice, but that nothing beats some Lindt, Toblerone, or La Durac. But why? Well, reason number 1, Swiss chocolate is made of premium cocoa beans. The Swiss mostly use Ghanaian cocoa beans, which are known for their fruity taste and creamy texture. Reason number 2, Swiss chocolate is made with a special milk. That's right, the Swiss don't use regular milk, but alpine milk to make their chocolate. That milk has a higher fat content than all the other milks, which is what makes their chocolate extra creamy. Reason number 3, the Swiss found the trick to make chocolate melt in your mouth fast. Yes, they have a special machine that mixes all the ingredients of chocolate together for hours, sometimes even days, to get the perfect texture and flavor. It's called the conching machine, and it was invented by Rodolphe Lindt, the founder of Lindt Chocolate. Swiss chocolate is richer than you in taste, but also in everything else.